it is your buddy Peace and Harmony with you here today. And we're going to zoom in and focus in on another great viewer's observation of a relationship with a narcissist or a psychopath. So just kind of keeping that broad personality disorder kind of in the scope here. And then oftentimes the conversation is one directional. In other words, they are not engaging of you. They're just, and what I've heard other people describe as like they're having a conversation with themselves. They are talking all about them, their trips, their business escapades, their photos, their Facebook, their. It is all about them, and they're kind of engaging in what people often describe as like a profuse bubble, like they're living in a bubble. They're not engaging in another energy of reactions with other people, which is like based on humility, love, and respect and kindness. They are not engaging there. And oftentimes other people are seduced by them because they have this flame about them. They have this charisma. They have this heat. They have this energy that is captivating, that is kind of emanating from them, which people then just become supply to. So I engage, when we talk about this one directional conversation where you're being talked at, it's oftentimes very typical of a narcissist or a psychopath, because a psychopath, especially, does not have a conscience and they don't have empathy. So they have no feelings for others. They're completely numbed out and anesthetized to, how good it is to see you. How are you doing? Oh my God, look at what you just, how are you? I haven't seen you in 6 months. Like, tell me about yourself and then tell me about you. So there's this give and take. There's this exchange, and you feel kind of like you're being heard. You're being seen. People know who you are. You have this feeling. There's a real emptiness or a void, a deficit. There's no, you can feel the energy once you're very skilled. Someone like myself, I'm not saying I'm skilled, but I've had a tremendous amount of experience and study and experience with this population, and those people who have been hurt. And so I'm able to see and identify kind of on several sense levels when this is occurring. And so this is something I know and understand and have tools developed to heal through very well. It's been a passion in my life. It is, some people say this is your calling. It is what it is. I'm guided and directed to do this. So that is something that has moved me in my life and continues to move me in my life in a productive and positive manner, to understand not only how this is, what is occurring, the what and the why, and then kind of the how of healing, and then kind of how to move beyond that. So it's a very adept observation that it is very one directional. In other words, they're just kind of talking, and it's not like me here where I'm talking and presenting to you. Because I can engage, I have empathy, I'm able to listen, I'm able to hear, I'm able to respond, I'm able to process and then validate. So that is, part of me and who I am. Now, a narcissist or a psychopath who is devoid of empathy does not have any feeling when it comes to being with others. They might tell you some odd things like, well, I love my dog. In other words, my dog is validating to me. They love and are attracted to the status or what is validating to them. They are not able to give like in return. They can surround themselves with other people who are superficial in this manner, who are, all about the stepping stone, making appearances. I mean, let's just give an example of like Hollywood, the who's who, the what's what, engaging in kind of that, that who's who sort of relationship. Other people are disgusted by that one directional, oh, look at me, putting on the show, and getting enmeshed in that status. And So for some people, they want to try to fit in. They want to be the it there. It is their drive. It is their compulsion. It is their insatiable need. If you are in the way of that, if you're, kind of in, I just call it like in the way, or it is something you have experienced. They are like an encyclopedia of lessons for you in your life. In other words, these are the people that are going to teach you so much about life and what you need and who you are and what they aren't. So if you can look at that, that's why in the recovery journal, I talk about how important it is to understand the lessons learned, because it's going to make a wise person from you. It's going to make a skilled sailor out of you. You're going to know how to navigate the difficult waves. You're going to know how to, navigate the undertow. You're going to see how to avoid the rocks. You're going to see how to not, dip your boat into the undertow and have, waves, filling up your boat and causing you to drown. You're going to become a skilled sailor. You're going to become a wise person. You're going to become skilled in what I consider one of the most important areas for you to be skilled at, which they don't teach in skills, which is to learn about people and have people skills. Because if you have that and you understand people and you understand these types of people, you will be well learned. You will have great social skills. You will be adept at knowing human behavior, which is really the root of it all. In my view, it is very, very important to understand human behavior and understand these types of people and how and why they engage the way that they do. So it is one directional. It is all about them. And as I say, basically, these are the people who are, will meet you and they'll say, "It's so great to meet me, isn't it? I mean, it's so funny." And if we can all have a huge laugh right now, these are the people who shake your hand, give you a hug, and say, "Isn't it great to meet me? Great to meet me, isn't it?" I mean, it's like you don't even exist. It's like they don't even value or validate you for who you are. And so we can joke about it. We can laugh. That is, who they are. These are the people who walk around. "Great to meet me, isn't it? Great to meet me, isn't it? Oh, isn't it just so wonderful to meet me?" These are the people who are, that is kind of how they operate. That is how they live their life. And, it is those people who are, set up with this personality disorder. And then furthermore, to realize and recognize that on the spectrum of behaviors or personality disorders, that the psychopath is completely numb, anesthetized to relating to others. They think it's a waste of time. They think those people who are caught up in heart-to-heart conversations or working for the greater good or coming to solutions, that don't involve a huge outcome for them, they don't get selflessness. They think that it's a stupid, you're wimpy, that you are a wuss. So realize that, that is the perspective with which they are living at. And I've heard another viewer so aptly state, "I can't have empathy for that type of person." Well, then just realize and acknowledge that there are those types of people who you can't engage empathetically with because it's not there. It's just you don't have the ability, that there's not the energetic vibration. Human beings are human beings. They are existing in an energy field through emotion, which is energy in motion. And they are, you can feel their energy. Oftentimes you can feel it in the room. Like, oftentimes if there's a dangerous person, you feel that there's a dangerous person. Like you can sense it, it. Like it's something you feel and you're alerted to and you're scared of and you don't want to become part of. So if you feel the narcissist is like this or the psychopath is like this, they are dangerous. They have your antenna up, they have your feelings up. They have you attending to the fact, here is some danger. Then what do you do when you are around danger? You become hypervigilant. You protect yourself. You get a little bit tingly. You begin to pay attention, but just, you're slightly alerted to this person, and then you're guarding yourself. You're guarding your wallet. You're guarding your time. You're guarding your possessions. You might need to guard your family. So it's that alertness. It's that awareness. And then furthermore, if you need to engage in that with dignity and, not giving yourself away by freaking out or something like that. Becoming reactive to them and, acting out of resentment and, critical of them and engaging reactively to them, because then they have the win. You're constantly sucked in. The solution is don't be sucked in by their danger, by their caustic nature. Don't buy it. I don't buy that status. It doesn't have any, it doesn't hold water with me. What holds water with me is respect and love and people who respect me. And if you don't respect me, then that is, then I'm not going to engage there. If you don't respect me, if you don't validate me, if you're not a person of empathy, then unfortunately, there's a shortcoming there that I am not going to then spend my time trying to fix, evolve, discuss, relate to. I am letting it go. I'm moving it on. And I have the desire and the deserve to, and I can see it for what it is. And, I can understand it from a distance and realize that, those people who are psychopathic, they might temporarily love, but they're loving from a cognitive space. It's all a fabricated, engineered love. So it's not genuine, authentic. It's not, embracing and validating you for who you are, where you can go and be free and loving and silly and not feel criticized, threatened, and then negated by someone who's trying to quench your fire. Realize how it really pans out, and then get to the point where you can then let go of that fear, which is in the emotion, the limbic brain. Let go of that fight or flight so you can begin to live in the more prefrontal cortex, the more, delighted, visionary part of you, and envisioning for, where you want your life to go as it exists in a positive, and kind of bridging where you need to bridge versus coming from that fear, that limbic brain, which cannot think coherently, plan coherently, make solutions, live in the solution, see the solution, and allow you to be. You need, that it's really an interesting observation. But furthermore, once you let that go and you see that their one-sidedness has nothing to do with you, it is just a shortcoming and a personality flaw of them, something that you don't have to work to change. You can just say, it is what it is. There's, one in every family, or there's one on every corner, whatever it is you want to say. But furthermore, let go the fear of being criticized or feeling made invisible, because that is just who this person is. It has nothing to do with you. You are lovable. You are gorgeous. You're magnificent. You are wonderful. You are loved. You experience love. So furthermore, ignite that and surround yourself with people, events, and experiences where you can allow that to be your life purpose, your life focus, and then engage it on a more repetitive basis. So you get a chance to experience those positive feelings and not constantly engaging in the negative feelings of struggle, because that is what one is memorized and then falls back to. It's like, okay, let's get some footholding to a little bit more different experience where I am feeling free and lovable and graceful and dignified and respect. And furthermore, seek respect, seek experience. Find that little bit of leader in you that engages with people who are able to have the two-way experience. A baby, you can begin with a baby, a child, people who make you laugh, who you can laugh freely with and joke and have fun. And then begin to build relationships with those people who can be there for your future. And then you really kind of engender that you allow yourself, you give yourself the experience that you've been needing. You feel that you've been lacking, for a long time with perhaps a narcissist or a psychopath who cannot engage with you or really most anybody on that loving level with which you are seeking. Allow it to happen. It is your buddy, Peace and Harmony, with you here today. I hope that these videos do help. Please share and please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support.